Good Monday evening, everyone. Wanted to do a web video for you, taking a little more of an in-depth look at our snow and cold. It's coming over the next few days, starting, of course, with the snow that's coming later on tonight. You know, if this had been a kind of a typical winter so far, we wouldn't think a whole lot about this storm. 2, maybe 3 inches on average out of this, you know, kind of a ho-hum event, but it hasn't snowed really in about 6 weeks, and this is coming at a bad time of the day. It's coming right before or during the morning commute, so it's going to be a high-impact event, even though snow totals will not be terribly impressive. Let's start with the radar. Locally, it is quiet this evening. We had some snow showers, kind of some lake enhancements earlier on today that gave us some candy coatings out there, especially this morning, and especially up in Trumbull County, but those are gone. Our Clipper system is off to the west right now. This is what the radar looks like at about 8 p.m., roughly, on this Monday evening. You can kind of take this radar, copy and paste it, and put it over us in about 6-7 hours. Middle of the night tonight is when we expect the snow to really get going in earnest in eastern Ohio and into western Pennsylvania. Let's show you the timing here. We've paused things at about 3:15, the leading edge of our snow pushing in as we go through the overnight. Generally, you know, an average start time will be about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Notice that as we go through the night, though, you're going to see these darker blues down in this zone through here. Dayton to Columbus to Zanesville, Cambridge, heading down towards Charleston, West Virginia, maybe up to Morgantown. We're going to be spared some of the steadiest, heaviest snow up in the WFMJ viewing area, so that is some good news, for most of us anyway. Plow truck drivers, not so happy maybe. They've had kind of a lean winter so far. Notice, though, by 9:45 in the morning, the steady snow is long gone at this point. This is going to be a quick hitter. So sure, there might be a flurry here and there mid-morning tomorrow, but any accumulating snow is going to be reserved from roughly 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning to about 7, 8 o'clock at the latest in the morning. So much like you know, a typical Alberta Clipper system, this will be a quick hitter. Now this is our Arctic front coming through Tuesday night. By Wednesday morning, it's now well to our south and east, and the air behind this front is really, really harsh, straight out of the Arctic regions. So, you know, we're talking about some real cold air blowing over the relatively warm Great Lakes. Great Lakes water temperatures still in the 30s. They're still above freezing. And so we're going to get some extreme instability going here when you have water temperatures in the upper 30s, air temperatures a couple of thousand feet up, way below zero. That's a lot of instability. So these lake effect bands are going to set up. Now, lake effect's always a little bit of a crapshoot. Who's going to get the heavy bands, who's not? That's a little too early to say, but certainly the farther north you are, the better chance you have excuse me, of picking up some additional snow accumulations on Wednesday. I think almost our entire viewing area could pick up a fresh coating to 1 inch or so on Wednesday. But anywhere where we have the most consistent squalls with the lake effect, you could pick up a few more inches during the course of Wednesday. Overall, the best chance of some hefty accumulations maybe in Ashtabula County, heading over towards Erie, PA. But, you know, again, even as far south as Interstate 80 in Mercer and Trumbull, I wouldn't be totally surprised if some real squirrely snow squalls, you know, snake their way through and give us a quick few inches. Well, that lake effect is gone by Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Thursday looks like an uneventful and cold day. Our next front on Thursday, waiting in the wings out here across the Midwest, that's going to come our way Friday with a pretty good chance for some snow showers at the end of the week. All right, here's our latest in-house computer model snowfall projections. The legend's up at the top. Once you're into the blues, you're up over 2 inches. Now, there's the 2-inch mark right there, the lightest shade of blue. Notice this has the 2 inches and higher south of our viewing area, but one thing you have to keep in mind here, these colors on this model are based on a 10-to-1 liquid to snow ratio. In other words, you may have heard the old saying that an inch of rain equals 10 inches of snow. It's a 10-to-1 ratio. Well, this is a good rule of thumb, but it's not always true. And with many Alberta Clippers like this one, the ratio is actually much higher. It could be as high as maybe 20-to-1, meaning you can squeeze out much more snow out of less available moisture. So what I'm trying to get across to you is all of these colors are based on 10-to-1 ratios. If it were 10-to-1, I would say there's no way we're getting 2 inches or more up in our viewing area. But since the ratios could be higher, I still think that up here in the Youngstown area, the Mahoning and Shenango valleys, you know, we've got a pretty good shot at seeing 2 in many places. I think 4 is going to be hard to get unless you're, you know, maybe south of Route 30. 4, you know, it's going to be tough to squeeze out that much moisture because this is such a quick hitter. So I really want to emphasize the 2 more than the 4. And in far northern Trumbull, northeastern Mercer, we may have a hard time getting to 2 inches out of this because, you know, the storm track is to our south and west. So up here towards Greenville and north of Cortland and north of Mercer, that's where the relative low amounts are likely to be with the Clipper tonight. Now the opposite's going to be true with the lake effect on Tuesday night and Wednesday. You have a better chance of getting more the farther north you are with the lake effect. So our storm impacts, pretty decent impacts on roads and travel, especially since it's coming first thing in the morning. I suspect we won't see a lot of school closures tomorrow, more 2-hour delays, but you know, I'm not an expert on predicting what the school districts are going to do. I predict the weather. I've found that predicting what school districts are going to choose to do on certain days is much harder than predicting the weather. All right, our travel forecast over the next few days. Of course, the worst part of tomorrow, first thing in the morning, improving road conditions midday and afternoon. This will be a fluffy, easy snow to plow around. Salt, not particularly effective, pure rock salt. A lot of districts, of course, use some sort of a mixture with some brine and things like that now, which is more effective at cold temperatures. But pure rock salt, if you're going to salt your driveway or your sidewalks or anything like that, it's not going to be super effective with temperatures as cold as they are. And then just be careful on Wednesday with the scattered lake effect snow showers. There could be some blinding whiteouts in any of those snow showers that try to set up during the day on Wednesday. We'll finish things up with a look at wind chills. Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, the worst of it. We'll start Wednesday morning with wind chills a little below 0, and then Thursday morning probably even worse. Wind chills Thursday morning could be as low as -9, -10. So yes, there could be more 2-hour school delays, possibly, as a result of the wind chills Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and with wind chills that low, you know, down to -10 perhaps, you know, you're talking frostbite setting in a half an hour or, you know, up to an hour, depending. So it's definitely, you know, if you have any reason to be outside those mornings, if you work outside, if you're a school crossing guard or something like that, you know, just use common sense and protect all the layers of your skin. And, you know, I like to think it's common sense, but one thing people like me to remind people of is to keep your pets indoors if you can during that type of cold. And if your dog has to go out and use the restroom, just make sure that he or she is not out for very long, because the pets are just as susceptible to the harsh cold as we are. All right, that's a look at the next few days. Thank you for watching this web video. I look forward to seeing you tonight on 21 News at 11 o'clock.